Hello, Pastor Steve Waldron here today. Gary North, what a prolific author he is. Institutes of Biblical Economy, 31 volumes. He married Rosus J. Rushdoony's daughter. Writes a book on conspiracy. Now, this is a dated book, probably 1990, I'm going to guess 94. It's done by Crossway Books. Crossway Books were the ones that sponsored the ASV version of the Bible. Also did Frank Peretti's This Present Darkness and Piercing the Darkness books, that type thing. That's who Crossway is, based out of Illinois. And so, a biblical view of conspiracy. This is probably the most balanced book I've ever read on conspiracy. There are so many different conspiracy theories out there, and almost all of them are garbage. You have David Icke with reptilian lizards, Queen Elizabeth's really a lizard, the Bushes are really lizards, and the Nephilim, that they're really the Nephilim that are out here. You have the Priori di Zion, you have the Opus Dei, you have the Jesuits, you have the Illuminati, you have the Grand Masonic Lodge, the Nine Sisters Lodge, the Council of 13, the Council of 300, the whatevers and the whatevers, the Pilgrim Society, the Atlantic Society, on and so forth. So he does an amazing view of cutting through everything and saying, here is historical fact. This is just fact. Now, one of the fascinating things about this book, Anthony Sutton, what a great author he is. Otto Scott, not acquainted with him, heard the name, don't know who he is. Great thing on how the media is bought and paid for by certain globalist international interests, and this was 100 years ago. How much more do you think it is now? That's why you can turn on CNN, Fox, MSNBC, ABC, CBS, whatever, and they're all saying the same thing, because they're all getting their talking points from certain things, and there's certain things they can say and certain things they can't say. And and I shouldn't even go there, but when a certain presidential candidate says, "Hello, Pittsburgh," and they immediately say, "Look at how racist he is. He didn't say Philadelphia, which has got more blacks than Pittsburgh," and the headlines are, "Trump makes another racist statement." Well, you can see that that's not journalism. That is propaganda. That is brainwashing. That is not journalism at all. And I'm not even pro-Trump, so to speak, in all this. But the bias of the media has just been unbelievable. And over the top. That's unreal. I don't see how anybody even gives it any justification anymore. So he's got a great thing. But one of the fascinating things about this is it's got a foreword by none other than Murray J. Rothbard, wherever that foreword is. Let's see if we can find the foreword. You may agree with Gary North. You may disagree, but you have to admit he's an amazing researcher. Now, Rothbard, what a fascinating, the creator of the Libertarian Party, and he was just fascinating in his thinking processes. You talk about people that knew the backstory. Rothbard knew the backstory about almost everything. And I would disagree with some of his conclusions, but just amazing stuff. Let me read you just a little bit of what he says. If, however, the tyranny or venality or aggressive war imposed by the state was brought about not by particular state rulers, but by mysterious and arcane social forces, or by the imperfect state of the world, or if in some way everyone was guilty, we're all murderers, proclaims a common slogan, then there is no point in anyone's becoming indignant or rising up against such misdeeds. So what he's trying to say is if there's a collective guilt, then nobody can ever rise up against people that are trying to subdue us. Now, even though this is in a sense on an earthly realm, has a lot of fascinating things, we have to realize that God died on the cross for anybody that is in globalism through inertia. Patrick Buchanan would say it's more of inertia. Some would say it's more of an organized conspiracy. He would say it's probably somewhere in the middle. That Jesus Christ wants to save them. In the battle, we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, powers, rulers of the darkness, spiritual wickedness in high places. So, for a great balanced view, it's one of the best books I've ever read. Maybe the best book I've ever read as far as a balanced view on conspiracy, a biblical view, a PhD of history from Santa Barbara. He draws from insights in C.S. Lewis' masterpiece, That Hideous Strain. Dr. Gary North shows both the distortions and legitimate use of conspiracy. As the war between light and darkness, between truth and deceit, rages on all sides, how should Christians respond? So, God bless you. Have a great day in Jesus. Remember,